Hello, and welcome to my podcast, The Life of a Young, Struggling Schizophrenic. And the thing about struggling in life in general is it has its ups and it has its downs. And right now, I truly believe I'm on an upswing. To start, I remembered to start the stopwatch so we know how much time we're at. And life is just looking good. It is, truly. Things are going well for me, and I'm actually really proud of myself. On the 4th of next month, the 4th of March, I'll have 4 months clean. So I'm at 3 months right now, which is good. I'm doing good. And the voices are diminishing due to the medication and not the drug use and not being on drugs. But the plan, my overall plan, is to get off medications for the voices completely after a while of abstinence and a while of being on medications, so that the voices can reintroduce themselves in a spiritual manner without the influence of drugs, because I believe the voices are guiding voices, and they can be very beneficial for me if they're not there by the influence of drugs. So I'll welcome them into my life as soon as I get them cleared of the drug use and get the drug use out of the way. I brought my flute today. I'll be playing that, and I think I'm going to do something a little different as well. I'm into tarot, as you know, and I'm into oracles, and I recently got given to me a Archangel Fire Oracle deck. And I want to walk us through the invitation of each of those angels. And so I'll do a guided meditation with flute in the background, and I think it'll turn out really well. I'm planning on having the picture of the card in the at least the sigil of the angel be on the the episode picture. But before we get into that, let's talk about a story. Which story to talk about? Uh let's talk about a current event that's going on in my life right now, actually. I am thinking about joining the Air Force. I'm going to talk to a recruiter. I sent them an email this morning because I want to see what they'll say regardless of my schizophrenia and my mental health diagnosis. I want to see if they'll take me under their wings. And maybe I can get stationed at Fairchild Air Force Base here in Spokane, or Airway Heights, technically. But I've always felt as though if something in my life were going wrong, I could go to uh, Fairchild Air Force Base. Now, my thinking is Fairchild Air Force Base is for fair children, fey children, children who are not quite human, but living on this earth anyways. Humans with gifts that are part fey. And so I feel like I fit into that description. So I want to go into the Air Force primarily to get help with paying for schooling and to have a job. I feel like the structure, because again, I'm a creature that does well with structure. I feel like the structure that an Air Force recruitment, in Air Force enlistment, can do very well for me and help me get my life back on track. I feel like it'll help with education in the long run. I feel like it'll help broaden my opportunities. I could be the chaplain. I could go to the Air Force marching band, all of these things. And it's a great idea. So I'm going to pursue it. Plus to get paid on top of it. But it'll broaden my horizons. Um I I'd like to say to my listeners, I'm sorry that the episodes aren't very long, and I'm considering doing it on a more frequent basis than just once a week. Because I feel with smaller episodes, if I check in more regularly, it'll be better for the production of the podcast. I purchased a MacBook recently, So I could be doing this at home, but I really do like the library setup they have here for the podcast recording studio. So I may continue to just use this and check it out more frequently. Um, let me get that deck out and we'll start with that. Just a moment. And I'm back. This is the Archangel Fighter Oracle by Alexandra Wenman. It's a 40 card deck and guidebook with a foreword by Diana Cooper. These cards will give you wings, Teresa Chuang, Sunday Times best-selling author. Archangel Fire Oracle is an interactive alchemical healing deck that has been channeled to assist in global awakening. The Oracle takes you on a transformational journey through the sacred flames and colors of the diamond rainbow spectrum. Each card guides you through the diamond fire alchemy process to enable you to embody the gifts and qualities of an archangel. The goal is to become the angel, to live as the most divine aspect of yourself, so you may align to your soul purpose, create your version of heaven on earth, and achieve enlightenment within daily life. The 40 archangels, arranged in 17 suits, are also associated with specific chakras, crystals, essential oils, magical sigils, and star systems. Working with these sacred keys initiates a powerful alchemical process within you, which heightens your senses, enhancing your own connection to the angelic realms. So take a deep breath and step on the rainbow bridge. Heaven awaits. Alexandra Wenman is a gifted angel communicator, spiritual alchemist, channel healer, poet, and presenter. The former editor of A Prediction magazine, she is the founder of Precious Wisdom Alchemy and the creator of the Alexandra Wenman Show on YouTube. She lives in London. To open the box, I'm opening it now, and I will read the foreword. By Diana Cooper. When Alexandra Wenman asked me to write the foreword for her Archangel Fire Oracle cards, I was delighted. Alexandra is truly an angel lady. She has worked tirelessly through her TV shows, seminars, and books to spread the light of the angelic realms and raise the frequency of the planet. She has invited me several times onto her shows, and I have always been very impressed and pleased with the interviews without ego from a true spiritual perspective. I am so glad that she has decided to pour her wisdom into this project, and the angels have supported it by channeling inspiring and helpful information through her. The oracle is beautifully illustrated and accompanied by a fascinating and comprehensive book, which we're reading now. Because Alexandra carries an angelic light, she shines through her work and creates a bridge to you, which makes it easier for you to access the energy in the cards. So, working with this deck is an excellent way of connecting with the angelic realms and tuning into the individual archangels who come to you. In the golden era of Atlantis, the people used to love to work with oracle cards. It was considered not just a way of accessing guidance, but it brought families together and helped them find a higher perspective to any issues that might arise. I believe this is also true of the new era we are moving towards. High frequency guidance and connection is really important and much sought after, and I recommend the Archangel Fire Oracle cards. With love and Archangel blessings, Diana Cooper. This book is dedicated to my soulmate, Tony, who presents, my parents, John and Barbara, and to all human angels choosing to live from a place of integrity, kindness, and love. Introduction. This healing oracle introduces you to 40 dynamic, loving archangels and divine guides, who are the keepers of the ascension pathway. It offers you a practical model for engaging the angelic kingdom to guide and support you in viewing your everyday issues from a higher perspective. They can uplift you and empower you to align you with your highest goals. Archangels are angels of a high rank who assist humanity with our evolution by helping us to access the divine through our higher wisdom and knowledge. They differ to other angels who solely help us with practical day to day things. These are angels for everything. There are angels for everything, such as guardian angels, parking angels, sleep angels, and even angels in charge of buildings and cities. The archangels, along with the day to day, have more to do with ascension and attainment of enlightenment. They connect us straight to God and our divine nature. Oracle cards are an excellent way to help us access and get in touch with our deeper knowing. As the cards are interactive, they open our eyes to inner wisdom and reveal many possibilities that we may not find within a book or article on the same topic. Each of the 17 suits of cards in this oracle is attributed to a specific healing color ray or sacred flame depicted within the color scheme and frame of each card, and the archangels who embody each of these colors. The deck includes a balance of masculine, feminine, androgynous, and mythical and multicultural angels in celebration of human fellowship and diversity. The transformal color rays may also be seen to correspond with the rainbow color spectrum of the human chakra system, along with many of the higher chakras or energy centers opening during our current cycle of rapid expansion. The opening of these energy centers within us correlates to the opening of the gates of heavens. So, as you work with these colors to raise your vibration, activate your chakras, and expand your consciousness, you are bridging heaven and earth within your being and body. Each color symbolizes the potent properties of divine archangelic fire. Working within these holy flames allows you to take a big step forward along your journey back to wholeness. This is the ultimate activation of unconditional love to achieve the unified chakra or field of oneness found within the complete diamond spectrum and aligned to your own divinity. Imagine the energy of the divine, God or source, which is the infinite love that permeates all of existence, is a beautiful diamond or crystal. If you could shine sunlight through that crystal, it would fractal, scattering rainbows of multiple colors. These individual colors contain the unique qualities of the archangels and represent the various aspects or facets of our direct relationship to the divine. As the divine is eternal, so too there are an infinite number of angels, far too many to contain in one oracle deck. The archangels and guides I have chosen for this deck are the very beings who have helped me on my own journey of awakening. As I connected to each angel, they guided me to document the beautiful process they gifted me with, to share them with others so they could assist with their awakening too. And so the Archangel Fire Oracle was born. Essentially, the rainbow spectrum of archangels acts as a kind of bridge or pathway towards enlightenment, reconnecting us to our own holiness and keeping us to realize that we are not separate from God. We are God. The key to enlightenment is in the word light. The Archangel's message is that by opening our hearts to a deeper and vaster love, we are taking in more light and are able to shed more light on who we are by accessing our innate wisdom. Alongside the referenced archangels, guides, and their colors, you will find symbolism suggesting keywords, crystals, essential oil associations, and a star or constellation, which is the healing chamber of that particular angel. You can ask to visit this star during meditation or sleep to receive further healing as you bathe in that archangel's galactic light frequency. Meditating with these tools can help heighten your senses, so you may connect more easily with the color and healing vibration of your chosen divine angelic guardian. There is yet another hidden layer of guidance in these cards that can only be accessed through the portal of your own heart. The further we journey into our hearts, the more we reveal about our true, authentic selves. The more light we shed on our inner truth, the more we can raise our vibration and live from a place of deeper and higher love. Attaining the knowledge that we are one with the Source means we are no longer powerless bystanders in our lives and can co create our most fulfilling experience. Imagine if your daily life could be in a flow and miracles appeared where you thought none were possible. For each flame, you will meet the angel, learn about his various qualities, and receive a personal message. Before working with the symbolism of the angel during the diamond fire alchemy process. As a bonus, you will find a powerful alchemical sigil on the front of each card, which attunes you to that angel's vibration. On the back of each card is a wheel containing the symbol for every angel in the deck and its alchemical frequency. These channeled symbols look like lightning sparks that were gifted by the archangels as a way to access their power in one hit. The central sigil encapsulates them all. Like a celestial call sign, the second you gaze at it, invoke, or visualize it, the archangels are instantly with you. The ancient science of alchemy is a process of transmutation, whereby an original substance is separated into its greater and lesser elements. Both elements are purified and reunified into a more refined substance. The process is repeated until the greater absorbs the lesser and the purification of the original substance is complete. It is said that alchemists were once able to transform lead into gold this way, and the philosopher's stone was the key ingredient which was needed to perform this function. Alchemists worked with unique symbols to describe each aspect of the alchemical process. In terms of spiritual alchemy, symbolism takes you out of the logical mind and opens you to the realms of your imagination. When we think of the difference between a sign and a sign represents something we already know the meaning of, such as a stop sign. However, symbols tend to refer to the knowledge or something we may not already have the meaning of. Symbols, like Egyptian hieroglyphs and our modern day emojis, can contain multiple meanings. They are the holographic and multidimensional, they are holographic and multidimensional. So symbols are not a linear language with just one explanation for each image. Working with symbols can help to stretch your mind and get you thinking outside of the box. Symbols compel you to wonder about what you might mean, and that, in turn, forces you to open your imagination in search of the answer. Your ability to imagine is exactly what you need to be able to step beyond the confines of 3D physical reality into your true multidimensional magnificence. This is why symbols are doorways to the higher self. In terms of alchemy as a spiritual process, the archangels want to help us to purify our lower or human self so that it can be reunited with our higher or divine self. It is only our human programming, with all its hurts, traumas, judgments, and misconceptions, which prevent us from living our highest potential. In this case, the Philosopher's Stone is the essence of our own soul, which is unconditional love. If we embrace our hardships, misunderstandings, issues, and blocks with more and more love, and do it repeatedly, we move ever closer to the goal of oneness via enlightenment. And therefore, we move closer to achieving lasting harmony and peace for ourselves, each other, and our planet. The practical visualization exercises, Diamond Fire Alchemy, gifted to you by each of the angels within this oracle, aim to initiate a powerful alchemical process within you. Symbolism and visualization add a primary element to the healing process as they help you to witness and partake in your own metamorphosis. As you blaze with the holy angelic fire of each archangel, you begin to embody its gifts and qualities and shed all that is no longer serving you. Working with this deck, you may find that old habits begin to shift, and your preferences and tastes for certain things may even change overnight. You may become more attuned to your emotions and experience heightened sensitivity as your sensory awareness increases. This is the first of our natural intuitive abilities that are reawakening as part of the planetary ascension, along with other psychic gifts, which are part of our normal human brighten birthright to be able to access, such as clairvoyance, clear seeing, clairaudience, clear hearing, and claircognizance, clear knowing. It is sometimes through great trauma or hardship that we learn our biggest life lessons, and, like Noah after the flood, this is why the rainbow is seen as a symbol of God's promise to us that no matter how difficult things get, God will always bring salvation. The eternal divine will always save us. The angels tell me that this essentially means love will always save us. I do not believe that God is a deity outside of ourselves. Rather, it is the true beingness of who we are at our deepest and highest level. It is the all encompassing energy of love which our entire universe is built on. Like the infinite divine, our consciousness is multidimensional and can extend to far vaster reaches beyond our physical human bodies. A simple way of understanding this is to connect to your feelings and emotions. Has there ever been a time when you walked into a room and didn't like the energy because you had a feeling about it? This is your own gift of extrasensory perception communicating with you. It is our true blueprint and part of our natural senses that are now waking up for us to be able to expand our consciousness out beyond the confines of our physical vehicle and venture into the great unknown to explore the many other realms of creation available to us. The angels and their corresponding rays also represent the many different dimensions of the multiverse we inhabit with our divine and limitless soul. Holding unconditional love in our hearts means looking at our circumstances without judgment, and this brings about a powerful feeling of acceptance. Acceptance for the way things are, whether good or bad, joyful or sad, sets in motion the availability to surrender all those parts that are not serving us or working for our greater good. And this, in turn, creates more space for the gratitude to flow into our lives. Feeling gratitude for all that we have, however small, and all that we are, then paves the way for miracles to come flooding in. By simply changing our perception of the circumstances around us, we can change our whole life for the better. It is a conscious choice. See your life as perfect now, and that is how it shall be. That is not to say that we must sweep our challenges and hardships under the carpet and ignore them. Rather, the angels encourage us to bring our shadow out to play and love even the darkest parts of ourselves so that we can heal and reintegrate those aspects of the self that we may have previously denied or separated from. This is why I have included the black flame in this deck. Oneness is wholeness, and no part can be left out in the cold. That is what unconditional love is, purely and simply. It is love without judgment. When we can love ourselves wholeheartedly without judgment or fear, then we shall know freedom. We each have the power within us to create heaven on earth. It is not some fantastic it is not some fantastical place we fly off to after we die. But do we ever really die anyways? I believe we are not only able to create heaven here and now, but we are meant to. It is our ultimate goal, and it is also what we already are. We have just forgotten this and need a little help to remember that we are actually magnificent beings of divine and limitless potential with the ability to create whatever we want right here and now at our fingertips. Humanity is undergoing an evolution. Simply put, we are growing in our awareness of our surroundings and our reality, much in the way a child's whole world initially consists of their home and family. And then as a child grows, they are sent to nursery and then school, perhaps university. And then as they reach adulthood, they might move to another town or explore their country and even begin to travel abroad. So the child's awareness of the world has broadened or expanded, and therefore, the reality has also expanded. They become aware of other people, other cultures, different foods, customs, and the ways of being. Another way of looking at it is they have begun to experience different ways of existing. That is what we are now doing as a collective, albeit on a much broader scale. I remember being in a car trip from my hometown of Coffs Harbour to Sydney with my parents when I was about 6 years old. I literally thought we were leaving Australia because to me, Coffs Harbour was Australia. It was my whole world. When I realized that we were still in the same country and just visiting another city, suddenly the world seemed massive to me. I know Australia is a big country, but to a child, a town can be their entire universe. So imagine how big a whole state or the entire country seemed to little me. This is how we are experiencing our universe. For so long, our limited minds have found it hard to grasp the idea of life on other planets and in other dimensions. But we have been looking through the eyes of a toddler in a universal terms. As we become aware that we aren't just part of a planet, but a galaxy, a universe, and a multiverse. We become aware of just how small we are, and the smaller and more insignificant we feel. The more you know, the more you realize how little you know, and so expanding your awareness can bring up fears. However, it can also change your life in the most unimaginable ways. Think about your favorite meal. Imagine it's something like lasagna. Now imagine if lasagna still only existed in Italy. If you'd never had the chance to go to Italy, or Italian cooking had never been experienced and shared by some curious enough to go there and try it, you would be none the wiser that lasagna even existed. And maybe today your favorite meal might be potatoes. You might also quite like potatoes, but how would you know which one you like better if you didn't have the option to try both? When we venture out of the comfort zone, we usually learn amazing new things about ourselves. In terms of our human evolution during the unpredictable and unique time period, we are waking up to the idea that life on other planets and places beyond our physical sight isn't merely an idea at all. It's a fact. And we're not only talking about life on other planets. Even scientists are catching up in realizing that there are many other dimensions and realms of existence beyond the seen and known universe. The beautiful part about all of this is that you don't need to physically go anywhere to experience these other realms. You can tap into all of them through your own body. Excuse me. You can tap into all of them through your own mind by simply expanding your consciousness, accessing your imagination, and being open to the idea that other possibilities exist. The archangels are here to assist us in reaching these other dimensions and realms through our hearts. And as we realize we can access other planes of reality, we can bring many of their gifts, lessons, and blessings into our daily lives in the here and now. By following the loving advice contained within the Archangel Fire Oracle, we may realize that reaching the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is not just a dream or even a mere possibility. It is our birthright. So take a deep breath, allow the clouds to part, and step boldly onto the rainbow bridge. Heaven awaits. That was the foreword and introduction of the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Wenman. This is a 40 card deck and guidebook for an Archangel Fire Oracle, which through the next episodes of my podcast, I will be going through the deck, each of the angels, and guiding you on the ascension of these angels if you so choose. I want to thank you for listening to my podcast today. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, whatever it may be that your streaming service provides or allows, permits. And have a blessed week. And we look forward to chatting with you and taking another step on our adventure of ascension. Thanks for listening, and goodbye for now.